is Candice. It is April 1st, 2018. Happy Easter to everyone. Happy April Fool's Day. Today was a very, very interesting day. I can say that with a high level of confidence. We actually had snow this morning. We got maybe about an inch, but fortunately it has all melted. It didn't quite feel Eastery this morning, but here we are. So I don't have any unboxings for you today. I had actually gotten a comment on one of our previous videos that the commenter was interested in getting to know who we are and a little bit more about us. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to share some information with you. I do have my blonde latte from Starbucks. So I do have my cup, and I just found some questions in the Get to Know Me tag, so I'm just going to run through those, and hopefully I'd like to get to know you a little bit better as well, so hopefully you can share some information with us. The first question is, what is your middle name? And my middle name is Marie. Second question is, what is your favorite color? And my favorite color is pink. And it has to be kind of a specific pink, not like Pepto-Bismol pink. Kind of a soft pink, but I'm not all into that pastel-y stuff either. So middle of the road pink, I guess you would call it. I do really like rose gold jewelry, that kind of thing. So yeah, pink, definitely. Who was your best friend? Well, thinking about this, the friend that I remember first of all, and probably having the highest influence on me as young as I can remember, in the daycare that I went to, there was a little boy that was my same age, and his name was Chris, and we decided that we were very good friends and that we were actually going to get married. But in order to get married, all we needed was a television set and a refrigerator. So I guess you could say that Chris was probably my best friend, although I really don't know that that even was a thing back then. It's just the first kind of, I don't know, friend relationship I remember having. So I'll go with that. The next question is, how tall are you? I used to actually be 5'11". I have shrunk. As we age, we tend to do that. Thank you so much. But I'm now 5'9". The next question is, cats or dogs? And I actually have one of each. We have a little black cat. Her name is Disney. She was my Christmas gift from my new mother-in-law on the first Christmas that my husband and I were actually married. And she's been with us for 16 years. She'll be 17 in August. But the good thing is that she's black and her whiskers are turning white and all that, and that's great. But the thing that I'm really happy about yet is that she still plays like a kitten most of the time, and she still gets around really well. So I'm very thankful for that. We also have a black lab chow mix. Her name is Jazzy, and she is going to be 8 this year. No, yes, 8 this year. She's starting to get some gray on her chin. She's also very much a big giant puppy. The two of them do not get along though, so we have to keep them separated. So that's a lot of fun. But I love animals. The only animals that I really, really, really do not like are things that scurry and snakes. And we're not going to touch it because I just can't. The sixth question is, funniest moment throughout school. I don't know that that I remember a specific moment that's just absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I can't nail that down. Sorry. How many countries have you visited? Well, I don't know if it's called visiting when you live there, but The United States, I've been to Mexico. I have been to Honduras. I have been to the Cayman Islands. I have been to St. Martin. Um, so 5 maybe 6. I'm probably forgetting something somewhere in there. And most of those have been by way of a cruise ship. So, yeah, we'll go with 5 or 6. Question number 8. Are you in or have you gone to college? I do actually have my associate's degree in applied sciences. I majored in retail merchandising with an emphasis in fashion merchandising. That degree was to appease my parents because I really was one of those people that couldn't decide what I wanted to be when I grew up. So they're like, you have to get something. And it's funny now because I work during the day. I work in a financial services firm as an administrative assistant, which I've been doing since November, and I love it. And then I do also run my own travel agency, which is so much fun. And that is what I was meant to do. It just it fulfills me, and it makes me feel very, very happy. So ideally, once I get it to a point where I can do that, I will do that full time. And I don't think I'm real far away from that. Let's see. So, what was your favorite worst subject in high school? My favorite subject, this is going to sound like complete polar opposites. I actually have a couple. Anything to do with music. So, if that was band or chorus or whatever the case may be, that would have been my favorite. And also, my senior year, I took an anatomy and physiology class, which was absolutely amazing. And I love that class. I still recall memories of that class, and it was amazing. So that was definitely my favorite, along with the music, of course. I do definitely use the music now more than the anatomy and physiology piece of the puzzle, but yeah, those are definitely my favorites. Worst subject in school ever. Like, I don't care if we're talking elementary school. I don't care if we're talking about middle school. I don't care if we're talking about high school. My worst subject in school was always math. I sort of live by the mantra that math is hard. I just don't get it. Algebra didn't actually make sense to me until I got into college. I took geometry twice. So yeah, I didn't appreciate having to prove why a triangle is a triangle. It just is. So yeah, that was my worst subject. What is my favorite drink? Well, it depends on if we're talking regular or adult beverage. If we're talking regular, I would probably have to say sparkling water. I tend to steer clear of sodas of all kinds. I do have an allergy to artificial sweeteners. So that and all of the other junk that's in diet soda is not something that I choose to partake in. And there's just too much sugar and other things in regular soda. So coffee, tea, sparkling water, it's all good. Favorite adult beverage? It really depends on the circumstance that I'm enjoying. Although I've never wanted to turn down a nice, lovely glass of champagne. So, yeah, we'll go with that for a favorite. Number 11, what is my favorite animal? Well, that's a hard question to answer. I think I could safely say that my comment a few questions ago with the anything that scurries and the snake answer would be what is my least favorite animal. I don't know that I have one particular favorite animal. Number 12, what is your favorite perfume? Again, it kind of depends on the time of year, where I'm wearing it, what the occasion is, that kind of thing. I don't have a go-to fragrance that I'm really attached to. It just kind of depends. I don't tend to wear a lot of perfume anyway, just because I know a lot of people are very, very sensitive to fragrances, and I certainly don't want to create um, a reaction for anybody, especially uh, in the choir that I sing with. Yeah, it's not good if you have a reaction and your throat swells and you can't sing or you can't breathe. That's really bad. So I tend not to wear a lot of fragrances. So yeah. Number 13, tea or coffee. Well, I think as you can probably tell, I am a coffee girl. However, I do love my teas. We did have the mint tea review in one of our previous videos. And as far as iced tea, Starbucks has their pineapple black tea infusion, which is absolutely amazing. That's what I would have gone with today, but they were out. So their blonde roast is my personal go-to. So I decided to try that in a latte. So, yeah. Number 14, what would you or have you named your children? Well, Disney and Jazzy. My pets are my children. My husband and I don't have children, and we're okay with that. We looked into a few options. We're not able to have our own children, but we looked into a few options, and we just decided that having children was not right for us. So our pets are our children, and yeah, we're perfectly happy with that. Number 15, what sports do you play or have you played? I love to swim, and I used to play quite a bit of volleyball. So that's the answer to that. Number 16, what is your favorite book? This is pretty much impossible for me to answer because there are so many books that I love. Yeah, I can't pinpoint one specific book that I've read over and over and over. Excuse me. I don't know. There's so many wonderful books in the world, and yeah, I'm blank on that one. Number 17, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Oh dear, I have so many of them. Pretty Neat Living is one of them. Jessica somebody, and I apologize, Jessica, if I'm butchering. I know I'm butchering your name. I want to say Jessica Braun. I think that might be her name. I just found her actually, and I'm not all that into her channel, or haven't gotten that deep into it, so I haven't watched a lot of her stuff, but what I have watched is wonderful. Jaclyn Hill. I'm a Jaclyn Hill fan. So yeah, there's Dominique Saxey from Houston. She is another really, really good YouTuber. So yeah, those are my faves. Number 18, what is your favorite movie? Oh my goodness. This kind of runs right up there with the books. I would have to say probably my favorite movie. Well, gosh. I can't narrow it down to just one. I mean, we have, if you haven't picked it up by now, I'm a huge Disney fan. So pretty much any Disney movie is going to be okay with me. There's a few that I refuse to watch because I don't subscribe to the theory that sequels should go straight to DVD and be considered a movie, because that's just not so. There are other Disney movies that I won't watch because they literally break my heart. I mean, I've seen them, and once was fine because I just can't. Old Yeller, Bambi. Just no. No, no. Okay, for heaven's sake, The Lion King still chokes me up. And I've only seen it like 75 times. Every stinking time. That water buffalo stampede, I can't do it. I just can't. Um, wow, that was a train of thought derailing. Favorite movie? I don't have one specific one. We'll leave it at that. Number 19, are you single or taken? I am very taken. My husband and I have been married we will be celebrating our 17th wedding anniversary in September this year. Before we were married, we dated for almost 3 years. So we've been together quite a while, and it's been an amazing journey. We talk about the old days, like when we first got together and when we first got married, all the time. And it's a lot of fun to reminisce about that, but it's also a lot of fun to look back and realize how far we've come together. So, yeah, it's been a good journey, and I look forward to a lot more years with him. Number 20, what is your idea of an ideal first date? Well, I don't know that this would be considered ideal. My husband and I actually met. We met on America Online. And this is back in the days of dial-up. So we met in a chat room, and we talked for about 4 months about different things. I think it was actually a musical theater chat room that we met in, or maybe it was a people from Lincoln, or I don't even remember, honestly. But we got started talking. We talked for about 4 months, and then we realized that we had a mutual friend. And this particular friend has been one of my best friends forever. And met him in college. They lived one floor apart in the dorms. So of course we figured all of this out, and we both called her and said, okay, what's the deal with this person? I'm talking to them online, and I need to make sure that they're not like an axe murderer or crazy, or like it's really a guy or a girl, or, give me the 411 on this. I need to know. And when I got a hold of her, she's like, oh my gosh, I have wanted you two to meet forever because I think you'd be perfect for one another. You guys need to go out. So, I wasn't really still, even with her high praise, I wasn't sure that I just wanted to go out with this person that I really didn't know. I'd just been talking to. But she and her boyfriend at the time offered to go with us. So we went out to eat as a foursome, and then we went and played miniature golf. And that was the first date, and it wasn't a lot of pressure, and there was somebody there that if we didn't get along, that we wouldn't have somebody to talk to. We both did have a great time, and the rest is history. I mean, he let the prerequisite 3 days, which somebody's going to have to explain this to me, guys, because I still don't understand it. What is the deal with waiting 3 days? But he waited 3 days, and then he called me, and we went out again. He actually cooked me dinner, and we went to a movie, and yeah, so we've been together ever since. It's pretty awesome. Number 21, how many girlfriends or boyfriends have you had? Other than my husband, I've really only had 2 other boyfriends, and one was way back in the day, so I don't even really consider that boyfriend. And actually, the second one was a giant ass, so I don't really consider that a boyfriend either. So yeah, do with that what you will. Number 22, what is your favorite memory from childhood? Let's see. I just remember taking big vacations with my extended family. Like my grandparents would go with us, and it was my brother and sister and I and our parents, and then grandma and grandpa, and we would either go out fishing or um, up in the northwestern corner of Nebraska, there is a Civil War fort um, where you can actually stay, and it's really, really cool, and the land up there is actually really beautiful. And we used to go there quite often. So I would probably say that that is my favorite memory from childhood, just because of all the family. Number 23, do you speak any different languages, and how well? To be fair, the official answer is no. The unofficial answer is, as a musician, as a vocal musician, um, we do learn some different languages as we sing. So Latin, German, Italian, that sort of thing. A little bit. It's nothing that I could be conversational in. As far as Spanish goes, a little tiny bit. I can get by, and I can understand far more than I could ever articulate. So, again, do without what you will. Number 24, do you have any siblings? I do. I have a brother and a sister. They're both older than I am. I was actually the oops baby. My sister was 15 when I was born, and my brother was 11. So, like I said, I was the oops baby, and it was kind of like growing up with two sets of parents. But yeah, I love them. They're my family. Number 25, how would you describe your fashion sense? This is a tough question. Traditional, I would have to say. Casual and comfortable. Yeah. I'm a big subscriber to the belief that if you are comfortable in what you're wearing, you're going to look great. Because the confidence just kind of emulates from a person when they're comfortable in what they're wearing and it fits well and they're well accessorized, that kind of thing. If you feel like you look good, and you're going to project that. And yeah. Number 26, what is your favorite restaurant? Okay. Well, ooh. I would have to say that probably my favorite restaurant that I have ever been to, ever, is California Grill at Walt Disney World on top of the Contemporary Resort. Which is funny because we're going again in September and we don't have dining reservations for the California Grill. But this time when we go, we're going to make it a trip of firsts. Usually when we go, every other time that I've gone to Disney World with my husband, we've always been headed out on a Disney cruise within a couple of days of arrival. So we've never really gotten to spend any extended period of time in the park. Well, I finally talked him into this is the year that we're going to take a week and just do the parks. So this is our week of firsts. So we're going to go to restaurants we've never been to. We're going to do some experiences that we've not had a chance to do before, that sort of thing, as well as all the other wonderful Disney mix-ins that there are. So if you want to hear about how we're preparing for the trip and what all that's involved with, I can certainly do a video. Just let me know what you think. I'll leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to do that because there's a lot. There is a lot. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Okay, well, with the age of Netflix, I don't watch all that much new TV because I don't really watch that much TV to begin with. And if I do sit down to watch TV, I don't want it to be something that's going to require a lot of focus and concentration because I'm usually doing something else as well. So like I said, with Netflix, we have the American version of The Office, which I love. I'm about halfway through again. I think this will be the 5th time I've watched the series completely through. Friends, classic television. Bob's Burgers. And let's see, The Simpsons is good. And let's see, Game of Thrones, I can't forget that. And then, as strange as it sounds, and as sort of glutton for punishment, especially with the snakes thing that I have, I think it's because I just can't believe that people are crazy enough to do this, but the show Naked and Afraid is amazing to me. It's just like, why would you sign up to go meet a complete stranger naked with no protection from the elements whatsoever in a place that could potentially kill you? No, thank you, no. Number 28, PC or Mac. Well, in my day-to-day, I do use both. I use a PC at my day job, but here at home, I use Macs. I have an iMac and a MacBook, and I love them. I also have an iPad somewhere in the house, but it is the first version of the minis, so it is moving really slow, and I actually find it easier to just come in and either do it on my iMac or my laptop, one of the two, and go from there. I need to probably think about renewing my iPad. 29. What phone do you have? iOS or Android? I have the iPhone X. So I guess that answers that question. Plus, it ties together with all my other stuff. I've got an iWatch and, like I said, iPad and iMac and Apple. And it's hilarious because my husband is very anti-Apple for whatever reason, and I still am not sure why that is. I've never asked him to really explain it to me. It's just how he feels and it's how he rolls. So he does Samsung and Windows with his tech, and I have my Apple, and we're both happy. So number 30, tell us one of your bad habits. Overthinking things to no end. I mean, I can take something and think it, and even if it's something that I've done ages ago, I will think it and think it and think it and overthink it and think about how I should have done it differently, or what would have come out of a different reaction, or whatever the case may be. And it's horrible. My personality type, I don't know if you've ever done a Myers-Briggs profile. It's really interesting, and I did one a couple years ago, and it's really interesting to see how much I actually fit into my profile. But I came up as an INFJ, so I'm a very strong introvert, and I'm also an empath, which means I pick up on people's energy, and I can pretty much tell you what they're feeling without them having to say a word. It's kind of weird, actually, but it's a really cool thing. But yeah, I'm an INFJ, and I fit that profile to a T. But they're classic overthinkers, and that is definitely my issue. So that's one of my bad habits. Staying up far too late is another one, and that kind of thing. So that looks like that is the end of the questions. I hope this has given you a little bit of light on who I am. I'm not sure. I think Lacey is going to be joining me again, but I'm not sure. So you may be just stuck with me here on the channel, and we can change to what you want to see. If there's something that you would rather that we're doing that we're not currently doing, we can certainly do that. And I would like to get on a schedule of filming a little more frequently, so that it's not all unboxings, that sort of thing. So again, happy Easter. I hope you have a great week coming up. Enjoy spring if you have it in your part of the world. And we will talk again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.